podcast where learning and unlearning has no limits. I'm your host, Stretch, with my co-host,
Shan.
And today we have a very special guest in the building today. I don't see him on a lot of podcasts or interviews and stuff like that, but he's here with us today. Artwell is in the building.
Yeah, man, bless up. It's not one of my things to really do, you know? Yeah,
We appreciate we special then.
Stretch link strong.
Yes.
So tell everybody a little bit about who Artwell is.
So I'm Andre Artwell by birth. Everyone calls me Artwell, you know? So a lot of people think it's just an alias, but it's actually my right name. You know, so I'm a jeweler, I'm a professional piercer, I'm a businessman. That's who I am.
So how did you get into jewelry?
So first, the first step in jewelry we did was body jewelry. So the first thing I did was, the first initial state in jewelry was body jewelry and piercings. So after designing a lot of different body jewelry, after a little time, it kind of get, okay, I need to see the next step in this.
Right.
And then we move on to fine jewelry. And then after selling fine jewelry, we just said, okay, let's do custom jewelry. And then from there, we started doing watches. You know, everything that relates to jewelry comes after that, you know.
Is it something you got to be certified to do, like go to school for or something like that?
Alright, so no, you don't have to be certified and going to school, but there are still certain things in jewelry that you have to be trained.
To do, right.
Yeah.
How do you get the training?
So for me, it's just a natural. I'm a quick learner.
Right.
Hanging around a lot of different and other jewelers in the same, you know what I mean? So I pick up this here, I pick up this here, I pick up this here. You know, so and I learn. It's a hobby. You can learn new stuff each and every day about it. There's something always new about jewelry.
So I always wanted to ask, right? Because I see people talk about it a lot, especially when it comes to the mining of the minerals, right? So like gold and diamonds and silver stuff, they come from the earth directly, right? They're natural resources. So how do it turn from the natural resource to the actual jewelry?
So everything goes through a process, you know, just like, what's the name of the podcast again?
Student to life.
Student to life.
Right.
Everything has a process. So, you know, you have the mining part, then you have a different company that does this, then have a different company that does that, and then this is, for most people, this is what they only see that the end result.
Right.
Not a lot of people get to see a raw cast of gold. Not a lot of people get to see diamonds unset or even a raw cast of diamond, you know, a raw diamond. You know what I mean? So for me now, I have the opportunity coming from where we're coming from to see these type of stuff.
Right.
Well, I take advantage of everything I saw and I turn it into money.
So because even back in Africa, you hear about blood diamonds and them doing certain things.
For me and the partners I have, we don't buy anything of that sort. And everything we have is not affiliated with any blood diamonds.
Right, like just...
What's the blood diamonds? I heard of that before. That's a movie, right?
So basically it's something where you take advantage of kids, you take advantage of people and mine them and pay them nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, so that's why they kind of, break it down in layman terms.
Right.
Have you ever been to Africa?
That's the only place I haven't been yet, you know.
Okay.
But soon.
Right. What I think it's a white guy actually told me about the blood diamond thing where they would go down there, come back with blocks of diamonds that the kids and they'll pay them a little bit like cents on it to go do the work.
Wow.
They would have men guarding like the mining sites and all these things.
It's a big money business.
Yeah.
That's a black market. But
Right.
So, you know, not for me. We're not participating in that.
So you're a mobile jeweler. You go to people, right? Like you go to people.
This is it now. I have 4 locations in Maryland and I just recently opened up a location in Jamaica.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. That's we want to know about that.
But I can definitely do house visits if you're that type of client, that type of money.
Because I was thinking about it when Stretch was like, we're gonna interview, we're gonna talk to a jeweler. I was like, being a jeweler must be like a driver of a Brinks truck. Like,
No man, whenever
just the safety part of it.
Whenever I roll a certain way, you will know.
Okay.
Right.
You won't see me by myself.
Gotcha.
So you move around. When you move around carefully. because
I move around carefully without jewelry and with jewelry. And remember, me myself wear jewelry.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, there are certain places you won't see me just because you just want to avoid
right.
problems. Because so
You're not hanging around in certain circles. You're not going to be in certain places.
no, you won't get me in. It's not that I'm afraid of certain places.
Right.
It's just sometimes you just have to just be careful.
Just avoid
just
it.
have to be on the careful side.
Yeah.
Because at this moment in time, I'm a very corporate individual, so I can't take any chances. I have too much to lose.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't play any games.
So I always thought you was in California.
I do be in California. So in California is where there's a lot of manufacturers in California. So that's where I manufacture a lot of the items I sell. And also in New York City.
Right.
So that's the main reason for me in California, because that's where the money is. That's where the money starts, and then take it outside. You call, yes, I need this, I need this. I can ship it from there to there.
So you did body art too.
Yeah. So I don't do tattoos,
Right.
but I do the piercings.
Okay. So are you able to do when you do the jewelry, right? You draw it yourself?
Yeah, we do all the sketching, we do all of that. I have a couple other artists that works with us.
Okay.
Because sometimes we might have creators block, so we bounce off each other to make it make sense.
All right. So to get to the one in Jamaica now, you just opened that location in Jamaica. What was that like, opening spot back home in Jamaica?
Kuya, Stretch, look at these nice shirts that we have for this season.
And it's all sponsored by Kuya Clothing.
Yes.
You can find them on Instagram at Kuya Clothing, or you can find them online at kuya.com. They also have storefronts in Jamaica where you can purchase your merch in Kingston and Montego Bay. So go get your own and leave mine alone.
And you can be hot like pepper like me.
To be real, some people say it look like my retirement plan. No, but to be honest here, it was just something I think that the country needed, and because it's usually a certain group of people they think can afford to do this
Right.
and understand are knowledgeable about the industry, so they choose to think that that's the people, that's a group of people that should expect a loan to own such businesses in the Caribbean, things that, not just Jamaica, because I'm not just trying to service Jamaica on a whole. I'm trying to service the Caribbean with quality jewelry. Some at reasonable prices. I'm not going to say cheap, because there's no such thing as cheap jewelry. Understand?
There's no cheap.
Well, I can provide cheap.
Anything that's cheap, that's not good. We already know that already.
So, what has there been what steps basically have you taken to ensure the safety of your business in Jamaica? Because I hear, I know a lot of people, and me personally, has thought about
First thing
opening a business
first,
there.
First thing first was location was a very, very, very important factor in whenever you're going to do anything of this caliber, you know what I mean? Because it's not a $10 thing. The cheapest thing I have in that store is maybe $60 US. In which to some people that's what, like 7,000, you know what I mean? And the most expensive thing, there's no such a price tag anymore. It goes all the way up to whoever you can take it, you know?
So did you, as a businessman, and I know you actually looked at the infrastructure and looked at the people that you're bringing it to. Like, we always talk about there's not much money in Jamaica, but that's exactly what I was about to say. That is not true, because
the thing is that a lot of people leave the country, and it's just that people underestimate us as a culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have so much. People that do them thing. People that work for business and move around, just like my business and move around. So there are people, and just to think about it, you don't have to be rich to be able to own a jewelry.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like you call me and say, I need a picture pendant from a cousin. I'm gonna go, because I do layaway plans.
Right.
You know, so we figure out a way how to make the business work.
Right.
So I do layaway plans, and so anybody that needs something, if it's in $100 US, and they said I can't give you 100 now, and we're gonna work it out to 15,700 JMD. We say, okay, you have to give me 50% of the money. You have 45 days to pay.
Right.
If it's a watch, I have $60,000 in the store. I'm not expecting you to want to do a layaway because if you're looking to purchase this, you must have the money.
Right.
Because I don't take deposits and stuff like this.
And then some of these things you have to order with your money in order to get it to you.
Yeah, most of the stock are mine. Most of the stock I own. So it's like it's a lot of money tied up. So I can't afford for you to leave my store and my item without the cash.
So let me ask you this, right? Stock market, gold is traded on the stock market, and I think silver is too, right?
Yeah, they're both traded.
So yeah, I think that they're traded on the stock market. Are you invested in the?
The only investment into gold for me right now, it's not through the stock market, it's through jewelry itself.
Okay.
So I have gold to use to make jewelry.
So the value, with the value of the gold itself, if I buy gold from you, for instance, because a lot of people don't know that gold actually, the price fluctuates.
You don't really have to, say you want to buy gold from me, you don't have to buy a piece of jewelry. I can sell you a block of gold, like a little ounce.
Right.
You know?
So how do you measure the value of that if I'm supposed to resell it back to you?
By the grams.
By the grams.
Yeah.
So does
Jamaica do it, the Caribbean do it by the pennyweight, but I learned it by the grams.
Yeah, but remember, value goes up when it comes to
your
gold.
value go up. So if you purchase a gram of 14 karat gold today from me and I charged you, say $44 to $47 per gram, right? And a couple of days later on, the gold go up $52 per gram, and today you're like, make a quick $7 or a quick $1,000.
Right.
Yeah, I'm buy it back from you.
Okay.
Because especially if you bought it from me and I know it is actual gold.
So how do you measure that?
Because there's different instruments to use to determine.
No, I mean the value.
Each day, the day you come, we're gonna know what's the gold value at that time, that particular day.
Okay.
So if that particular day, it might be your luck, my luck that day. You know what I mean? So you might come in expecting to get this amount when the gold drop. If you are in a desperate situation, I have to carry it up.
What's the value between diamond and gold when it comes to fluctuation like price?
So you have diamonds of different clarity. So you have from I, SI, VS, VS.
Yeah.
So and we have color grade diamonds also. So you have and then gold is just 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat, 22, 24. You know what I mean?
Because we always hear the rumor that diamond loses value.
It all depends on the diamond that you're talking about. So these diamonds that you're using to make like these custom pieces, they are 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter. They're micro diamonds. You know what I mean? So you're not going to expect to make $1 million and something like it's not going to. But if I'm the jeweler that you took it from, I will work it out. I will make it make sense for both of us to make sure that I keep you as a good client to me. Because that's what means everything to me, to make sure that everyone that comes to me stays with me.
So would you take on somebody to teach them to do something like this?
Yes, if they're willing to learn.
Right.
Because the thing is, some people see it from the outside and think it is a very easy job.
Right.
The first thing come around is, remember, this is a job that can take like a lot of money. So I'm teaching you and you see 200,000 on the table and your skin catch a fire.
And you're ready for it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you think, okay, I might put, this is it, I can sell you, you see 200,000 on the table, I'm a profit on that just to make it work. Maybe it was $5,000.
Right. But you never realize that, because it's a thing, teach it business, you learn about P&L, you learn about, putting in a certain amount, but people will see, so for instance, you have your business and you buy the diamond for $100,000. And you make $105,000. You're looking at the $105,000 like, this is what I made. You made $5,000.
Yeah.
So that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah. So so it's like taking someone under your wing, and what Jamaica when I say them frightened.
Yeah.
It might not have the same result. So they might try to get the result that I have, and then I understand. Say, this it does, and you maybe come around and your energy, as me say, said earlier, if your energy not really,
Right.
I won't keep you around.
Exactly.
Because I have no time to think about anything at all more than the business.
That's funny you say that because you mentioned skin catch a fire, and you know they see these things, and it's like, you know, have you ever met somebody? I don't see a ring on your finger, by the way. Yeah,
I do have somebody.
you have somebody. Okay. But okay, before you have your person, have you met people like women, and you tell them what you do, or they try to like not deal with you, and then they find out what you do, and then they're like, Artwell.
You know, to be honest, I've always had my person.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Shout out to her.
people always come around and, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, guys.
Yeah.
Some
And even
people
what
try
about
to get
friends,
this,
people that you meet, and you know maybe you encounter. I don't know how y'all do.
First thing
friendship.
first, it's like most people as you see me, if you don't know of me, and I tell you my name, it's not like a popular name.
Right.
You know?
Who know?
Who know? You know, so as they hear the name, okay, I'm going to check him out.
Everyone that knows me knows I'm a tequila drinker, and this tequila I'm gonna introduce you to right now is called TC Craft Tequila. It's one of the smoothest tequilas you ever taste. It's made from natural agave. You know me, I like my natural stuff, you know what I mean? And it won like a bunch of awards from the SIP awards, so you know it's official. So everybody try this tequila. It's TC Craft Tequila. Shine, where can they find it?
Listen, make sure you order this tequila from tccrafttequila.com, or you could pick it up from any wine and spirit store near you. All right?
All right. How hard is it to do business, especially in our culture? Right?
In this culture, meaning as Jamaican, or
Yeah, as Jamaican, or even being black.
So, as Jamaican, there is not a lot of Jamaicans, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 Jamaicans that actually, I don't really meet any, maybe 1 or 2 Jamaicans operate at my level of this, of the industry. And then at Black, you maybe have a handful of us that operate at this level. You know, and then you have.
When I say business, I mean like even just selling the jewelry to people. Like,
so you have, remember, you know, you have different type of jewelry. Yeah. So for me, I market myself. I do custom work, but I am a retail jeweler. So meaning I want to have a house just like Tiffany & Co, Jacob & Co.
right.
That's what the direction I'm searching. I'm
Okay.
going towards. So I started this. This is the first generation of jewelry for Artwell.
Right. I was gonna get to that. Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? So I'm bringing this to where whoever comes after me take this and keep it going.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be labeled as just a custom jewelry agent, because if I'm a custom jewelry agent and I am a man that's gonna have kids, etc., when I am not there, how does the trust stay?
Right.
Understand? But you build a brand that's a good retail brand and a trusted brand, everything will work.
Right. So where did it come from? Where did that drive come? Because we weren't taught business. We weren't taught a lot of things growing up. I wasn't. Let me say that.
Well, for me personally, I grew in a family where my mother is a breadwinner. You get what I'm saying? So for me, so a woman do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
My grandmother is a head snake. You know?
Right.
She do it.
She was a businesswoman?
Anybody can do it. So it's, maybe I just like Messi born at that skill. Maybe
Right.
it's a mighty.
Yeah, but what you can have, what I've learned, right? You can have a skill, be the skillest man on the planet.
See, the thing is, you know, a lot of people miss. You see, you can't. For me, this is my thing when it comes on to business and working. Reliability means everything to me. Because when you learn with that skill, you can always learn. Any trade, you never know if you fix pipe, you got trade school to learn how to fix the pipe.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But for me, reliability means everything. You could be the skillest person, but not reliable, your business will be.
No, exactly. That's what I was getting to. You could be the biggest footballer, basketball, everything.
Reliable, you're not gonna be. Me, reliability means everything. I tell us this need to get done, such and such. I don't want to hear any excuses.
Get it done.
Get it done. Because you see, at the end of the day, for me, it's business.
Yeah.
I pay you, get it done. I
Right.
don't want to hear anything else.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I do.
And how many do you have?
One.
One? Boy or girl?
A girl.
How old is she?
2.
Oh, she's a little baby. Okay, so like my daughter is 6 and she sees me do hair because I'm a hairstylist. And she's saying, Mommy, I want to do hair, I want to do hair. And although I wouldn't mind because it's a great industry to be and make a lot of money, but I want her to, you know, and even if I create something for her where it could be passed down in a generation, I can't say, okay, I know she's going to take it on. Would you like for your daughter to take on this? Okay, now what if she gets to 16 and say, Daddy, I hate the jewelry world?
Well, that is the thing. Not because my daughter, if she gets to 16 and she doesn't like the jewelry world, she's not going to be broke.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
She's still
as I said earlier, that's why I create a system where this thing grows into an empire. So we're in a big retail brand.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay.
A nice jewelry house.
Yeah.
You're building generational wealth, basically. And
a household name.
yeah, basically. So I want to go back to what we were saying earlier about being talented and not having work ethic, not having business structure, not having a drive to do this, because you can be talented and not putting your talent to good use. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people will sit down and criticize you for doing what they could have done. You get what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you're doing it. I could have did that too, but you didn't. You know, you don't have, like he said, the wherewithal to say, all right, I'm gonna make sure the stuff get done on time. I'm gonna make sure I show up on time. I'm gonna make sure it gets done the right way. I'm gonna make sure I do business the right way.
This is a business that built up from $1,500 US.
Wow.
So I don't want anybody tell me anything that this is not possible.
Right.
I don't listen. I'm a very stern businessman. I don't do bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why certain places you won't see me, because I don't really tolerate the unnecessary talking.
Right. And you have certain conversations because it's a waste of time.
I don't do meaningless conversation.
Right.
Can't do it. But this is a business I'm built from $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't tell you where it is right now. But
which we don't suggest you do either.
But it can work. Whatever you do, it can work. You know? Now may I compete with the heavyweights.
Right.
Now I know a lot more than a lot of other people that's been in the industry more than me, because I try to learn as much as I can.
Right. And you put in time.
I'm put in time.
What were some sacrifices, like one or two major sacrifices you had to make?
So one of the biggest sacrifices is time with family.
That's me.
You know, biggest sacrifice that I think I make, time with family.
Yeah.
They hear, you know, just to keep the ball going, because I'm a natural provider.
Yeah.
You know, that's just why I'm a natural provider.
Yeah.
I wish we could have had this conversation like another hour longer still, for real. But in closing though, let's tell us about some of the other things that you sell other than jewelry in the store, because I see you have shirts the other day, or some stuff like that.
So yeah, I do have merch for the brand just to see them. So I do merch for the brand, and other than jewelry, I am not. Let me say, it's a whole luxury situation I'm trying to create.
Okay.
We're gonna have luxury furniture. We're gonna have luxury clothing line. We have, you know, it's just a whole thing based on the finer living.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have been a lot of places, and I know how to live the finest life I want to live.
Okay.
But it takes money, so I have to get to it.
I appreciate that. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming, because like I said, I don't see you on a lot of podcasts or stuff like that. But appreciate the knowledge that you drop for a lot of people, because a lot of people wouldn't even think to be a jeweler. Most people want to be in sports, music, you know, stuff like that.
Well, you know, for me, every mickle make a muckle still, that's it.
You never know. You could put together Artwell University and have something going.
You know, one of them days I go to work.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, take us out.
So yes, guys, thank you for watching this episode. Artwell, it was amazing having you on. Hopefully we can get you back on for another longer episode.
Yeah, maximum respect.
Yes. And you can reach you on your Instagram.
Yeah, Artwell the jeweler, Artwell & Co Jamaica.
Awesome. And we will also put that in the bio. Thank you guys for coming on, for watching us. Please remember to share, like, subscribe, and chime into the conversation so we can know your thoughts. All right? Student to Life Podcast, out.
Yeah, man. Bless up.